guys, and I'm back on our YouTube video, and in this YouTube video I will be showing y'all how to make your own fully working Zone Wars map in Fortnite Creative. So the timestamps will be in the description if y'all just need help with like one exact part, but I will be showing almost everything you needed to know of how to make your own Zone Wars map. So first, we'll just start off with the pre-game lobby. So this is fully optional, but I would just like to make it so people just don't like spawn in the actual map. I would like just to keep the map a surprise because, you know. So what you want to do is first just grab any type of walls and floors you want to get. So I usually just, for the video, I'm just going to use these. So I'm just going to equip this, place it down, and I'll just use these floors. So for this, you should have at least 2 spawners in here. So for the video, I'll just make it a 4x3 room like that. And now the walls. So what I would do is make it at least 2 walls high, so it's not like a tight room. And there we go, and then I'll add the roof later when I'm finished the interior. So you could decorate out all you want, but I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just gonna tell y'all what y'all exactly have to do for this. So as I already told y'all, you need at least 2 spawn pads. So you want to grab the spawn pads. You can use the player spawn pad, the device one where you could copy the settings, or this the actual plate. So for this, I'll just use the spawn pad because you could literally copy and paste and it takes 1 second. So right here it is. Both devices have the same settings, so it's not like they have different, but here are the settings you need. You want team on none. Make sure you have this on none. Make it uses island start yes, invisible during game no. So those are the settings you need for the spawn pad for the pregame lobby. And you can have up to 16 in here, so I'll just put 1 on each thing right here with grid snap. Just put at least 2 and then up to 16 so the players can spawn. So this is where the players are gonna spawn before you start game. So yeah, you can decorate all you want, and then of course you could add the roof. And there's the pregame lobby. So now we're gonna start working on the actual map. So there's like a lot of different type of maps of Zone Wars you can make. You can make the ones where you just like there's a bunch of boxes and the players spawn, or there's one where there's just like one wall with a bunch of holes in them and the players spawn in the holes. So I'll just make the holes one because I feel like that's a lot simpler. So what you want to do is just find a spot where you want to start making your map, and then just like place a bunch of floors like this. But right now we're just making the actual spawn spot where the players actually spawn. And now the walls, you just like grab a wall and then like this. So like this, each player is gonna spawn in a room like this, and then this like the play area. So you need at least 16 spawn pads because you could have up to 16 players in creative, or you could do a less if you wanted less players, but I would recommend 16. But make the spawn area however you want. Right now the one that I'm making is not that good because I'm just trying to do it fast for the video. But yeah, be creative, make it however you want, make it look nice, make it look cool. It's your choice, but just make sure you have 16 spawn pads. Alright, so I just finished building it. There's 16 in here. Mine isn't that good because they're like right next to each other, so people could get killed extremely fast because they're right next to each other. So yeah, I wouldn't put them right next to each other. Make sure they're like a few blocks away so people don't just spawn kill right away. And you can add barriers, which I will show y'all later. But so once you have this, you want to place the spawn pads. So I'm going to use this once again because you just could copy and paste, so it's way easier. Like that, and these are settings. You want team on any, uses island start no, and visible during game no. So you just want it on any, no, and click OK. Now I'm gonna use grid snap to place them in every single box and make them face towards the front. I just do that. I'm using grid snap 1 so they're exactly in the middle, just like that. So now for the barriers. So for the barrier, first go to phasing mode and then just like place a wall under the map like this. And it depends like how you have it. If your layout is like this, just do this and then place a floor right here. And then go to devices, scroll all the way down and grab a barrier. Place on the barrier, and then you could get out of phase mode so you can stand on here. And then choose the barrier style. I'll just put it on translucent only when close. And then keep this on no, and then put this on all block weapon fire, yes. And then the width and stuff depends on how long your actual thing is. So I think mine is 17, and then keep depth on 1. And then the height, it depends how tall your thing is. Alright, so perfect. So now you got yourself a barrier, but the barrier is gonna have to turn off at one point, right? So I will show y'all that right up next. So you want to go somewhere away from your like play area. Where I usually put all the mechanics of my maps is like right on top of the pregame lobby, because it's just like flat space to put your stuff, you know. So what you want to do is go to devices, and you want to grab the timed objective device. So you want to equip that. So you want to just grab that, just place it wherever away from your play area. So just copy my settings if you want. But you want start when a round starts, yes. Time, this is like how long before the barrier disappears. I would just put it at like 5 seconds. And then this is what it's gonna say on the screen. So I'll just put starting in, and then right next to your text it'll show the timer. So starting in, and then this is your choice. I'll just put it on a large, and then this you can leave it on default. Visible during game you can put it on no, and then make sure this is on yes if you want the timer. But if you don't want the timer, you just want the barrier to go away, put it on no. I'll just put it on yes. And then you could have urgency mode. It means like it'll like start making a weird, I don't even know how to explain it. It just makes like a sound when the timer's about to end. You could choose when the urgency mode starts. I'll just put it on disabled, and that is it for that setting. So now you want to go over to the channel settings, and you want to scroll down until you see when completed, transmit onto channel 1, and you are done with that. So now you want to go back to your barrier, and you want to put disable when receiving from that same channel, so channel 1, and okay. So now if we start game, it'll pop up on my screen, and once the timer's over, the barrier will go away, as you see, and the barrier is gone. So now we will go onto the my island settings, because we still got to do that. Alright, so you want to go to the my island settings. Alright, game, you can put this voice chat on all. Max players, that's your choice, but I recommend 16 because that's the max amount of people you could have in one party. So you might have a max party, so you would want like everyone to play your zone risk map. And then teams, you want it on free for all. This video is for a free for all zone risk map. If you want like a team zone risk map, it's very simple. I can make one for y'all, just let me know in the comments. Then team size, you want it on 1. Then matchmaking type, that's your choice, but you do need a supported creator code. As you see, I do have one, so I have island code. Spawn limit 1. After last spawn, you want it on spectator. Then total rounds, that's your choice. I'll just put it at 5. And then team rotation, I would put it on every round, so you spawn in a different spawner every round. Time limit, that's your choice. I usually just put it on none. Win condition, it's your choice. I would just put it on most rounds win, but you can use most score wins. Then you can leave this on off. Last setting end game map must be on. Join in progress, you should put it on spectate. Spawn location, spawn pads. You could put auto start if you want, but that's only if you actually have a supported creator code. Game start countdown, I would just put it at 3 seconds because that's the lowest. Allow out of bounds off. Allow spectating other teams, no. Or actually yes, because once you die you'll have to spectate. Elimination score, you could put it at 1. You don't have to have a scoring system, but you can make assist score too, but I just usually put elimination score 1. Allow friendly fire, it doesn't matter because there's no teams, it's free for all. And player collision on. Now into settings. Time of day, I put random and then leave all this on default, and then make sure this is on default too. You can customize this, but most players just like it on default. Then make this 100, 100, 100, 100. Then infinite ammo off, infinite resources off, maximum building resources, that's your choice. I'll just put it on 750. And then harvest style, this is only if you're allowing people to harvest, but for this map, I'm just gonna not, so this doesn't even matter. I'll just put it on creative. Harvest multiplier, this is like how much more you get. Once again, this is only for if you're allowed to harvest in this, but I'm not gonna, so I'll just leave it at default. Default is 1x, by the way. Allow aim assist, I'll just keep it on yes for the controller players. Then make sure allow building is on all, allowed to edit is on default, building can destroy environment is on no, environmental damage off, structure damage all, weapon destruction 100%, pickaxe destruction default, PvP pickaxe damage on, pickaxe range default, start with pickaxe yes, and down but not out off. Eliminate player's items, it's your choice. This basically means when the player gets killed, should their loot be dropped on the floor, or should it just be deleted, or should they keep it? Well, they can't really keep it since there's no respawn, so it's basically deleting. But I would just put it on drop, because people like taking other people's loot, so yeah. Allow item drop, yes. Allow item pickup, yes. Then this you could leave it on don't override. Respawn time, that doesn't matter. Spawn immunity time, you could just leave it on default. Fall damage on. Jump fatigue, that's your choice, but I like to put it on off because most players don't like jump fatigue. Glider ploy, that's your choice, but I'll just put it on off. And then make sure player flight sprint is off. Player names and location, you put it on always hide. And now this is if you want siphon. So if you want to add siphon, just follow what I'm about to do. But if you don't want siphon, leave all this on 0. But for the people who want siphon in their map, put health granted on elimination to 50, and then wood, stone, and metal to 50 as well. And then leave all this on default. Allow manual respawning, no. Basically show all this except gold, and then put this on don't override. And then this is your choice. Default is on, so yeah. And now UI. Timer direction. This is if the timer under your minimap is counting up or counting down. This doesn't really matter, but I would just put it on counting up so you could see how long the round has lasted. This all is really your choice. I'm just gonna leave it how it is already. And HUD info type, I would just put it on none. Scoreboard win condition, put it on health. And then the next one eliminations, and then the next one score. Then the next one time alive, and then the last one damage dealt. Map screen display, this is your choice if you wanted to show the map or the scoreboard. For most of my maps I just do scoreboard unless it's important to see the map. Show Allen code watermark, once again that's if you have a code. I'll just put it on off. And then you could like have a custom victory and defeat callout. I'll just leave it on nothing. Hide elimination feed, I would just put it on no because some people actually look at the elimination feed. And hide party eliminations, that's both of these are your choice. I'll just leave them on default. Then this stuff doesn't matter, and then that's just the title of your map, and that's permissions, which doesn't matter. So yeah, that was the My Island settings. Now we're gonna make the actual map. So now I would add like the outer walls. For this, I don't use actual walls like these. Not this. These, I don't like build actual wall with these. I use barriers that are like indestructible. So what I would do for this is once again go to phase mode, go under the map. So yeah, go right here, place a wall, and now grab a floor. Oops. Grab a floor and then put it right here. And now you wanna once again grab a barrier, place it down, and now these are the barriers like the walls. So you want to choose a barrier type. For this, don't pick like a translucent or invisible. You want something that you can't see through. What I like to do is choose a starfield map, or not a map, a starfield barrier, because it's just like the stars, so it's like the most realistic one for like a big wall. And then base visible during game, that doesn't matter since it's underground. This, I would just put on all. Block weapon fire, yes. And then zone width, this is how long you want your zone res area to be. So let me see how long 16 is. So as you see, 16 is extremely short, so I'm gonna make it longer. 40 is good. This is still kind of short, but for the video, I'm just gonna do 40. But you should do it like, I don't even know, but make it longer. Then depth, you could leave it at default, and then height, I just put it at 100 because yeah. And now you want to do the exact same thing, but on this side. Okay, so once you do that, it should look something like this. But now you got a gap right here and right here, right? So what you want to do is you want to get another barrier over here. So what I would do, since I have mines looks like this, so I would just place a floor on the back and then put a barrier right here. But if yours is just like flat, these two aren't up here, you could just like put it in the middle right here. But since I have those two right there, I'll put it back here. So same exact thing, use the same barrier style, but this time you gotta change up the numbers because it's like a smaller area. And you're chilling. So now last part, or not the last part for the barriers, you want one over here. So since you don't have to go underground for this one, what you could do if it's just all grass, just go to galleries, just type in grass on the search bar, go to any gallery that has grass in it, and then just grab one that has fully grass like this, and then just like place it about in the middle and make sure it's like actually like right near it. And as you see, you barely could tell the difference, and there's gonna be a barrier of it, so you're not gonna tell at all. So now everything the same except the numbers, and I would just use the same numbers from over there. And yeah, that's actually perfect. That was actually not the last part. This part is optional, but you could add the roof barrier so there's not just like a rectangle of blue sky right there. Alright, so you want to go all the way up to max height, and then you want to go like right outside of the barrier. So make sure you're like outside of the play area, as you see. So what you want to do is open up your creative thing, go to devices, then you want to grab the hover platform right here, equip it, and then you want to grab more barriers. You just need one more, and that is it. So I'm at max height. You want to place the barrier at max height, but not like right up there. You want to place it one floor, or not, one wall lower. So yeah, and now you want to place a wall right there, and then go to the other side of the wall and place a barrier. And then customize barrier, you want it on the star field again, or whatever you did. All. And then for this, you gotta like get the perfect length. But as you see now, there's like nothing up there as well. So now, honestly, the last part is, or like one of the last parts is the storm. So now we'll actually make the storm. Go to devices, and then on the left, click the storm thing, and then you want to grab the advanced storm controller and the advanced storm beacon. So first, place down the advanced storm controller, then just put it where people spawn. Like put it exactly where people spawn. So I'll just put it right here, and then you want this on no, and then phase 1 radius. You want this circle over here to be big as, like, make sure it like fits all the players. So as you see, I'm just getting the perfect for this. For the storm stuff, you want to get it perfect, just to let y'all know. So as you see, this one is actually perfect. It perfectly fits. Let me keep that. And then delay time, none. Unfinished behaviors, stay. And then actually none of this matters. Then you want to go down to your barrier just to check what channel you use. It says disable when receiving from channel 1. And then you want to go over here, generate storm on channel 1, because we did generate storm on game start, no. So yeah, so the storm will actually come once the barrier drops. So you want phase 1. Oh wait, your first one, you have to place exactly where you put your storm controller, right here. So I'll just put it right here. So make sure it says phase 1. You want it to be perfect like that one, so 20. Then you want wait time, that's how long it, like for the phase 1, just put it on 0 seconds. Resize time, that's how long it takes to get to the next circle. So you gotta like play around with this, but I don't feel like playing around with it. I don't want the video to be too long, so I'll just put it at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Then damage, that's your choice. I wouldn't put it for the first one. I would put it at like, what I usually do is like I start at 1%, it goes down by ones, and then the smaller the circle it gets, I'll just increase it. But I would never put it at instant elimination because that's kind of trash. So I'll just put it at 1%. Then make sure it's on move to beacon, and that's it. Now for your next circles, let's say I want my next circle to be all the way at the end right here. Make sure it's on 2, and then you could change the radius. I want to make it smaller because that's the point. You can make it bigger, but that's kind of weird. I'll make it I'll just make it close in all the way. Make the damage at going down my 10s, and then yeah. And the last part, I think, of your zone risk map is to actually give players their loot, and then I'll start a game to show y'all. So what I do, I'm not gonna show y'all how to do random loadouts. I feel like that would be a whole video. So if y'all want me to show y'all how to do random loadouts, tell me in the comments. I'll make a video on that. But for this, everyone will have the same loadout. So what you want to do is go to devices, get the team settings and inventory device, and then just place it anywhere. Once again, I'm doing it on top of this pregame lobby, so place it down. You actually don't need to change anything. Actually, you just go place it down and drop the loot in. You don't need to change a single setting. So drop the loot you want the players to have. So I'll give gold burst, and make sure you don't forget to drop ammo and materials, because there's not infinite of those. So just grab a bunch of them. I don't know how much you need, it's all your choice. Just grab enough for it to last. And now I'm gonna start game to show y'all what we got. So as you see, there's the timer starting 5 4 3 2 1, and now the barrier's gone. And there's the barriers on the left and right, and as you see on the map, if we click the map button, it'll show the scoreboard. Then on the mini map, it shows the circle, and as you see, there's a storm, and we got the guns, and we can build. And then I am trash editing, so don't mind me. And then yeah, I got my slurp juice, and there is fall damage, as you see. I'm getting healed by my slurp juice, and as you see, the storm is going down by ones. But I have a slurp juice, so I'm actually gaining health. But yeah, that is how you make your own zone risk map. I hope this video helped y'all. If y'all do have any questions, please drop them in the comments, because I will be answering them for sure, because I always do it in most of my creative how-to videos. So yeah, I hope y'all like this video. If this helped y'all, please drop a like. Please share this video so more people can make zone risk map, because if you have a supported creator code and you can publish maps and you made a zone risk map with this video, drop the code in the comments. I would love to play them. I actually like playing a lot of creative. If y'all didn't know that, creative is like the only reason I still play Fortnite Battle Royale. Otherwise it's kind of boring. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.